bit of background. I think Yarra Rangers would be fairly unique in that we have township groups. They're independent community groups initiated and established by people living and working in the township's community. And there are 23 township groups in the Yarra Ranges. One of their key roles is to generate interest and participation in a range of local issues and to lead and drive local projects. A key priority identified by the township groups is the reduction of the incidence of graffiti in the Yarra Ranges. An Upwey Township group, which Andrew is a member, has taken an active role in reducing graffiti around their town for many years. And they had acquired knowledge and skills that they were happy to share with other township groups in the Yarra Ranges. So the Upwey Township group and the neighbouring Tacoma Township group members have seen a reduction in graffiti in their towns through their proactive approach, and they were keen to empower other community members. So Council and the Tacoma and Upwey Township group members developed a project called Volunteers Working Together to Remove Graffiti, to provide peer support to other township group members and to raise awareness of graffiti removal and prevention. Through the Yarra Ranges Township Group Network, which I facilitate, we encourage participation of township groups in this project, and 4 host township groups volunteered to be involved. These were the Belgrave Township Group, Kilsyth Township Group, Murrelbark Traders and Community Group, and the Mount Evelyn Township Improvement Committee. And these towns also had some of the highest rates of graffiti in the Yarra Ranges. So a meeting was held at the end of last year, and it has been mentioned about the short timelines. It was pretty difficult just before Christmas to get everyone on board, and I'm just so grateful for people within the community that they were able to come to that meeting, and with our graffiti removal team and myself to plan these events. So we did a broader task list and timelines were created because of that short timeline, and shared email addresses and phone numbers and the like. So at the beginning of the year, I contacted the nominated groups to plan the clean-up days in each town, and the dates have been selected for the 4 clean-up events. And experienced volunteers from Upwey and Tacoma Township groups provided peer support and advice to the groups throughout the project. So those individual timelines were written for every event to allow for sufficient engagement of each town community, including young people, traders, local church members and neighbourhood watch members. So it was about those 4 township groups knowing who were the key people they could liaise with. And internally for myself, I sit with very near to the economic development team. So through their support, we publicise the events on their Facebook page because they deal in the Yarra Ranges very closely with local traders and businesses. And through their local knowledge, they connect me to the Mount Evelyn Neighbourhood Watch Group. So I bundled up a heap of flyers. There's an example there of one of the flyers that was designed by the township group. So those flyers, Neighbourhood Watch actually distributed them themselves, 500 of them, to local traders and residents. So it's just that momentum that happens along the way, because they also advertised it in their Neighbourhood Watch newsletter. That Mount Evelyn Township Group gained the support of the local Reformed Church. So that was something unexpected. They'd organised a community day and were happy to include graffiti removal as part of the working bee. And so the young people door knocked and received permission to, all along Hereford Road, which is a very main road in Mount Evelyn, to get permission to remove graffiti from the fences. So my role throughout the project was to provide an advice and encouragement to the volunteers. So it's like that empowering model, not just sort of telling them what to do all the time. And they also chose the appropriate sites too for removal. The council's graffiti removal staff, they provided the technical support. My background is not graffiti, it's actually disability. So I found the whole the technical aspects of ordering paint and all the rest. I was just so grateful for the graffiti removal guys' knowledge in that area, and for paint requirements and samples that they developed for use in the demonstrations, which you'll see in another photo. So outcomes, to measure the success of the project, before and after photos were taken. So we did a lot of site visits before and during the events we took photos. So the amount of graffiti removed was noted at each event, and as a result of the 4 clean-up days, approximately 3,055 square metres of graffiti were removed from both commercial and private properties. We also removed old tags as well as new tags, and there was an increased perception of safety and pride in the community as a result of these clean-up days. And I think what I really enjoyed about it was the relationship between council, community groups, volunteers and police has all been strengthened as a result of these events. There was approximately 50 volunteers altogether, including several children and retirees. One of the events in Kilsyth was near a retirement village, so some of the residents came along and participated. And participation by the township group members, both in planning each event and on the day, was high. And a lot of these township group members actually worked during the day. So, for example, some of those meetings were held by conference call. So it was amazing the support that they showed. We also developed some show bags as part of another project, and so we distributed these to volunteers to take home with them and share with others, and they contain some fact sheets, which I've brought a few along today, on graffiti removal, prevention, reporting, and Let's Wipe Out Graffiti Together, and a fridge magnet for council's number. So that's something that they could actually take away and share too. We provided evaluation forms on the day, and the majority of participants filled them in and gave very positive feedback. The 100% agreed that individuals working together can make a difference to graffiti removal. 100% either agreed or strongly agreed that they were happy to tell other residents that help and resources are available from council and others to assist in graffiti removal. And all participants felt that their contribution was appreciated by the team members. So as a result of any of this project, any future projects would be a lot easier to coordinate because of the now established base of volunteers and contacts. We, for example, we had to change a couple of the days, and we had weather issues as well. So just that short time frame and building relationships is a key. So the key to any project is being flexible. And as stated before, we were generally lucky with the weather, but towards the end of May it was starting to get cooler, and rain prevented any painting at the Mount Evelyn event. So the 3 hours that were chosen to deliver these projects on a Saturday or Sunday seemed about the right timing, and as I said, lunch and morning tea provided opportunities for networking and volunteers enjoying that social interaction. Feedback from a volunteer at the Belgrave event was, it's amazing how much can be achieved in such a short time when people are organised. Great to have council support and learn from the graffiti guys. And it was a great opportunity for myself to build and strengthen relationships with township groups and community members. And I've received inquiries from Monbulk, which is another area I work in, where they'd like to hold a similar event. And Mount Evelyn and Lurelbark townships are definitely keen to continue with further clean-up days.